American Idiot. A lot of people thought that the song was about George Bush, John Kerry included. And what are your thoughts post-election?
Well, for me, after the election, I think it meant more to me after the election than it did, before, just because, I don't know, for some reason the song American Idiot just sort of rang a little bit more true, where that fight for your individuality a little bit more, especially after just all of the mud throwing that was going on between, different political parties and, all the polls and things like that, and where you're at, what statistic you are in the poll or whatever. So, I think it was never necessarily about George Bush, because I would never write a song to date it in that way. So it's just trying to find your individuality, outside of, what's going on in pop culture, politically, and, commercially. So.
Were you guys bummed, though?
Yeah.
That John Kerry didn't win?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say I expected it. I certainly hope for better. But it's just, you just hope that people, in the same way that we're screaming out for individuality, you hope that people would declare themselves in opposition to something that they feel is not right, as opposed to just kind of saying, well, I kind of don't think that's cool. It's like, no, you got to put your foot down. And I think the next election comes around, people are going to realize that and take a stand for what they believe in. At least let's hope so. I know I will.
And thus far, in this moment in time, we have 2 videos from you guys, American Idiot, Boulevard of Broken Dreams, but we got 3 prequel coming.
That's right.
Holiday.
Which I'm really excited about.
So can you give us any insight into that video?
We did it like Lord of the Rings. We filmed them both at the same time in New Zealand. Oh, I didn't do New Zealand, but
I think I talked to you like a couple days after you did it, right, at the Voodoo Fest.
Yeah, it was.
Because you said we're doing Boulevard of Broken Dreams, but we also did Holiday, and Holiday would be the prequel. But in order for a prequel to be a prequel, you had to release the sequel first.
Yeah, well, it's what happens to us before we end up walking through the desert. Like in Boulevard, we're walking through the desert and walking through the city and looking all lonely and stuff. And then it's sort of what happens when our car breaks down. What happened? Like it's the car ride from hell, pretty much.
Prior to the car breaking down, there's a whole bunch of stuff that kind of comes around, and it's pretty surreal at times. I'm excited. I think it's one of the most colorful, eye-popping videos we've ever done.
Can we go through the plot of American Idiot?
Okay. Well, it starts out with, Jesus of suburbia just becoming disenfranchised with where he lives, and kind of sick of everything, and he ends up just, making his exodus and just, bailing and going out to the city, whatever city, USA, and trying to sort of find his ethics and his beliefs, and then coming across, just sort of being lonely, and then coming across a guy, St. Jimmy, and which could be him, could not be him, and then he comes across the what's her name character, and she's a rebel, and then so now he ends up with sort of this ultimate choice in his life of whether he wants to follow a life of self-destruction, or he wants to go with life following his more of a value system that is something that creates more of an individual.
And there's your Cliff Notes.
How serious are you guys about making this into a movie?
Well, I just wrote a treatment for it, so we're dead serious, just looking for, right now we're in the process of looking for a writer and interviewing people. It's all in development, so it's a beginning stage for sure, but it's exciting because, it was something that ended up being, it was a pipe dream, and now it's turning more into a reality every day, so.
But it's been a while. Like, when was the last movie that came from, like, an album?
Oh, God. Purple
Rain?
Rain?
That wasn't cheesy, because there was the American Idol movie, and there was the Vanilla Ice movie. What was that called?
Cool
Cool as Ice.
Cool as Ice, yeah.
You say, once you drop the zero and get with the hero.
Purple Rain.
Purple Rain.
Yeah, yeah.
Which was good.
That wasn't
Yeah,
cheesy.
it was good.
Would that have been the last one?
The
last good one.
Yeah.
Last good one. For the movie, and you've already got the artwork done here. I could see that on a movie poster. Who would play Jesus of Suburbia?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Wow. Do you have a second choice, or just
Fat Joe.
Fat Joe or Leonardo DiCaprio? Okay, then St. Jimmy.
Samuel L. Jackson. Say what again?
And a second choice would be Bobby Lee from Mad TV.
Okay. And then, would you guys be in the movie?
I don't know.
I do a good drag. What's her name? Maybe.
But you have to be Tunny, right?
No, I don't have to. You know, we could go
Right.
outside of the conventional
I think a good guess.
casting.
I feel really good where we're at in our lives right now, and I think, you know, especially with kind of the learning that we've done in the process of making this record, and you know, not being afraid to take chances and go through that process in order to find your creative space to make a really good record. You know, if we can keep on this track, you know, and you know, channel those things for the next record and stuff, I think we just really want to keep writing great music and moving forward, playing great shows.
It's neat when you think of the 90s, first you think of like Nirvana, then you think of Green Day. And if you would have to continue on that line, who would you guys pass the torch to? If you'd have to give the...
Hootie and the Blowfish.
Hootie and the Blowfish.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think of them definitely next.
I don't know. You know, it became... It seems like it,
We're
you
not
know,
passing the torch, buddy. We're keeping it.
Yeah, we kept it the whole time.
Yeah, we're going to Bogart that torch.
Did you guys ever meet Nirvana?
No, not really. You know, I just, you know, we know Dave. Yeah, we met him one time, but it was after Kurt passed away.
Yeah, I mean, we stood right next to Kurt, but it was kind of like, it was backstage, everyone was bugging him, we're kind of like, you know, what do we really want to talk to him about right now? We're both kind of, we're heading towards their boat, and they're in this chaotic state, so.
We were playing...
Obviously like the music.
Yeah, we were playing Evergreen College in Olympia, Washington, like in like 1990, and him and Kathleen Hanna were out front getting drunk while we were playing. So we were playing like someone's house, like it was like a co-op or something like that. So.
And of course you knew who he was at the time.
Knew Nirvana, you know, wasn't he? It was before Nirvana was like, you know, blew up. They were. I mean, at that point they put out Bleach and a couple of singles from Sub Pop, but I think that was it.
Well, I think a lot of my favorite bands were unified in their music and their styles and things like that too. I mean, when I look at a band like, you know, the Ramones or the Clash or whatever it was, I don't care what you're wearing as long as you're somewhat unified, you know. That's just, I think musically and as individuals, you know, when there's too many individuals in a band, you kind of got to wonder.
Yeah, I concur.
Okay. Because for years you've been wearing the tie, but was there a meeting between the three of you where we're like, all right, we're going to go black, we're going to go red?
I think we all kind of just headed that direction in our time off. We just wanted to dress up here and there and blah, blah, blah. We're thinking, yeah, you know, I don't know, yeah. You know, let's start wearing that stuff we've been wearing lately. I kind of want to carry this on, you know, and then we definitely wanted to move forward with a certain look live, you know, and carry a certain sense of, yeah, I mean, this album's a little more serious than maybe some of the stuff we've done before, you know.
A lot of people think, oh, I'm going to see a sort of like a rock band, they're just going to play songs. But I appreciate how you involve the audience, as from the audience perspective.
Well, it's, you know, we want to leave a lasting impression everywhere we go, you know. So, you know, especially like when you're playing, you know, at a festival with you know, a bunch of bands, you know, you want to be able to stick out, you know, when it comes to all those bands. So, not in a way that's competitive or anything like that, but in a way where, you know, like you wanted someone to walk away going, that was a great show. Oh, but Green Day was really good. So that's, you know, that's all the best shows that I saw growing up, that I think that's, to watch the better bands. I think that's sort of one thing I learned from them, you know.
We played in the Bay Area, and this little kid, we pulled this little kid up, and he played bass on stage with us. This was a few years back, and this little kid was about this tall, and he had a big blue mohawk. He's like, ah, and he just played. He was a cute kid, man, and he got there and he just killed it. It was awesome. Bass was too big for him, everything, and he played. Then the next night, we were playing the Oakland Coliseum, and for some reason, we just were absolutely destroying the backstage, and it was really fun. But I was drunk. It was a drunken stupor. It was some fun stuff. But I come outside, and the security guy's sitting there, right in there in the chair, and I go, "How come you're not busting us, dude?" And the guy looks at me, he goes, reaches under his chair, pulls out a paper, opens the front page, and there's that kid on the front page of the San Francisco Chronicle. He goes, "That's my son. You can do whatever the hell you want." You learn something from like every show, and I think, you know, we've played so many shows. I mean, well over 1,000 shows, probably creeping up on 15 or something now. It's just, we've just been playing forever, and from each one of those shows, we've probably taken something, you know, whether we knew it or not. I think we've put ourselves in enough, and we continue to do it, put ourselves in enough scary positions to where, like, playing the album front to back is terrifying, you know, and it's something that, you know, there's so much in there, but when you do it, you know, it's kind of like the knowledge or whatever you gain from it, you gain after you do it, you know, so you don't gain it by thinking it up and go, oh, we could do that, not doing it.
Ooh, we should do that again.
Yeah, it's like, do it again. Does it scare you enough? Do it again, you know.
And I wanted to ask you about Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Where did the song come from? Like the delay on the guitar, just everything. Because it sounds, the first time I heard Boulevard of Broken Dreams, I thought it was a cover song. Because it sounded so familiar. So I'm wondering how it like came up amongst you three.
I mean, I wrote that song in, God, I wrote that song, I was in my kid's room. He's got a drum set, and I put, you know, I was just kind of messing around on a 4-track, and so I don't know, it's just one of the songs that, you know, I think for me it was like, it kind of had sort of a rock thing going on or something like that, and it was like we've talked before about how you do something that's new, that it ends up feeling like it could be scary and exciting at the same time, and so for us, I think we were on to something when, you know, I just ended up bringing it to practice and it's kind of playing with it, and, you know. We're playing our first stadium show in England at this place called Milton Keynes, and we'll be playing, yeah, it's Green Day at 65,000 people, and so that's pretty exciting too.
You've played to that many people before, right?
Yeah, but it's
Reading
so far
and-
festivals.
So far, this is only us on the bill.
Yeah.
We still got to get an
Plus
opening
special
band.
guest.
Yeah. So it's a
It's just about
regular,
sold out, so we're doing good.
yeah, regular Green Day show, just, you know, but and 65,000 people. So.
Any New Year's resolutions for you?
I don't know. You know, for me, I just want to. I want to be in the best band in the world, and I think it feels like I am in one. So, you know, feeling pretty good about it right now.